Bing, we're live. It is January the 4th. I said I'd be back, and I am. Jana is here too. Here we are. It's the beginning of a whole new year, 2016. What can I say on my side? But I think I have, over Christmas, I stayed away. I had a bit of a Slack detox, bit of general hangout detox, which was good for my skin, I think, generally. And I did. I merged a few pull requests into local support. Got those cleaned up. So a bit of activity going on Jana, on your Do It Rails repo. More posts on that this morning. That's the main things. I noticed we have some sort of spam signups going on website 1. I've just posted a bug report there. Yeah, that's about the size of things, really. I guess I've got to work out. Yeah, should other things being equal, I guess client meeting for local support on Thursday. We will see whether I can find a new time for the Autograders meeting, client meeting. But yes, and also there's a new MOOC starting up that I guess I'm going to have to look at probably tomorrow night. But there we go. Yes, Jana, how was your break? How are things?
Thanks, Sam. It was all fine. I didn't have much time to work on local support. But I just did the basics of testing setup and VCR setup on Do It Rails. Then I received these pull requests from guys, and well, tests are very simple, but they show the problems. The first one that passes, it shows that the second Billy setup is correct. But one test that doesn't pass, it shows that Billy probably doesn't talk well with VCR. Because the second test is when we get information from Do It API, and then Google makes the marker including this information from Do It.
Right.
So it really works nice, but it doesn't communicate with VCR. So yeah, so I'm not sure what to do next. I did some research. I tried to find some alternative for Puffin Billy. There is some old repo on VCR proxy. So maybe I'll try this, or then otherwise I'm not sure how to marry these two, how to marry Puffin Billy and VCR.
Yeah.
You also wrote I should move my repo to Agile Venture, and yeah, I'm ready to do it. Like, should I merge pull requests before, or should I transfer it as is? And you know.
That's an interesting question, actually. Yeah, what happened to the pull request? Just, I mean, I mean, we can move it on Agile Ventures, or alternatively, you can just add the interested parties such as myself and Zamago and Marcelo, who's Decriano. If you add us as collaborators to your repo, that's probably, given that we now have open pull requests and so on, maybe just let's leave it there. And if you can add us as collaborators, that might be in the first instance. I mean, they're probably not bothered, but if you just add me as a collaborator, that would allow me, for example, to help you get set up with Travis.yaml and other things. I think for the process of you know, working around it, I mean, the key thing, rather than necessarily being on Agile Ventures, the main thing was thinking, oh yes, it would be nice to be able to set up the continuous integration like Travis on there, so that, you know, at the moment we've got Marcelo asking, you know, saying, anyway, that's you know, obviously can easily be done. I think in terms of advice about direction, I mean, yeah, looking at other things like VCR.
I think I lost.
Alternatives is that I would be opening an issue on both the Puffing Billy repo and the VCR repo, because I mean, it may be that these two technologies can't be used together. That just may be the case, but since I think they're both relatively common, it seems to me likely that, you know, it's the kind of thing that may have been raised before. I mean, even before, you know, the steps that I would take is, one, I would be searching the Puffing Billy issues and closed issues for mention of VCR and vice versa, to see if someone has already addressed and solved the issue. And if they're not mentioned in either place, I'd be opening the issue on the VCR and the Puffing Billy repos with a link to, you know, the Do It Rails repo, and then also, like, so for example, if I mean, this is all, I mean, do I want to do a screen share there? Let's do a screen share, just briefly at least. Come on, stop working. That screen there. I just opened a new window. I was looking at this in the train this morning. But so one of the things that I'm noticing, so for example here, Zmago here, he's when he describes the issue that he's having there, he's just mentioning a very small part of the error, and even to drill down. So I would love to see, in this kind of format, more details that then allows me to delve into the repo much more easily. So the thing, and I think you know this already, I'm just sort of saying it more for the recording and for general, but I think that the critical step that I would say that I would be taking is, links to the appropriate pull request or whatever, and then an issue in the, let's say the Puffing Billy or VCR repos that describe things in these terms, and kind of really went into, okay, trying to outline what the problem is, and then see if they, have those, because if we look at Puffing Billy, let's go and have a look there. We can. This is what I mean. And forgive me, you may have seen this before, but what I always do is I just remove the is open, and then I just slap VCR in there, and then look.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's all sorts of things here that might be. Had you looked at many of these already?
No, frankly, I just looked through opened issues, and yeah, I'll do that first thing today. Yeah,
and I think it may be that then there's things that you might try based on these, and they might work or they might not. But what I would certainly be is what I would tend to do is, before going and looking at an alternative like VCR proxy, I would always post up the problem that I have on this thing, so that while I'm looking at the other alternatives, by the time I've come back to, the issue that I posted here, I might have comments. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you go and look at the other alternative first, then that delays the point at which you can get input from the people who are doing this repo. Similarly, I just wonder, I mean, it's funny. It maybe seems like almost like a kind of a trivial thing to do that, but I do find going through the closed issues of repos is very often.
Yeah.
So if we just put Puffing in there we go. Old similar, VCR proxy server.
Yeah, this one I read. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Just wondering. Anyway, we should stop it. I guess, shall we? Do you want to? I mean, I guess I could. As regard, I mean, what I would almost do is it worth getting set up with Travis on your Do It? I mean, have you set up Travis before, by the way?
No, I haven't. I just, what I'm doing, I'm trying to keep things really simple to understand what is breaking, even with VCR. I didn't do a fancy setup. I just did very simple things. And maybe I will continue to play on separate branch, doing like very straightforward, simple things to understand where it breaks, not to go fancy and not to complicate stuff.
Sure. Yes. I mean, which is a good point. And I mean, and one thing to do is, ultimately to separate out the two different components that we have. Like, so, I mean, your repo that you've got in your Rails app is much simpler than obviously the local support, which is great. I mean, I think that's fantastic for exploring and understanding, and just wonderful. There's also, but even by itself, there's two parts. There's just running the thing, and then there's just running the map, and then there's also doing the connection to do it. And those two things could be separated out. I mean, Travis by itself usually just means having a travis.yaml file in there. It's sort of a relatively trivial thing. I certainly don't want to be adding things that would make things more confusing for yourself and Zmago and Marcelo. At the same time, for myself in review, I often find that the Travis will just try and run the thing, in the cloud. So anyway, well, if you add Tansaku to the collaborators in there, I mean, I can always do it through a pull request, so you can see what it is.
That's what I thought. I'll add you as a collaborator, and you can do anything on the master branch, and I will just do my separate branch, and we'll try to keep things as simple as possible, just to try to find the problem with this too.
Absolutely, I think that's definitely the way to go. And of course, when you're opening issues on VCR or Puffing Billy, you can always refer to the branch of your repo that you know all the great things. Fantastic. Okay, well, perhaps we will leave it there then. I think we covered all the things. Good show. Yeah, so I'm online normal. I'll be in every 8:45 every day, 3:45 as well if you want to catch me in the afternoon. Otherwise, I'll see you in a scrum anytime soon, and I'm on Slack. So feel free to shout out there. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, and see you
All
soon. Bye bye.
Good to see you. Take care. Bye for now, Yana.